Sportastic presents how to choose the sports to bet on. Betting can and should be fun, but you want to win money during the process as well, right? So, in order to have bigger chances to win, it is important and recommended to bet on sports you have knowledge about, but that's not all. In this video, we'll break down the points you need to know in order to choose the right sports for you to bet on, enjoy and win money, a win-win situation. Let's begin. Profit versus entertainment. If you've watched our previous video, you already know that we have covered this point there, yet there's an important point and decision to make before you begin wagering on any type of sport. First, decide your true and end goal when it comes to sports betting, as this way it will be easier to know which sports to bet on and how much to bet on and risk. There are two main reasons when it comes to betting and sports betting as well. The first reason is entertainment, as some people love and enjoy the feel of rush, adrenaline, and excitement when they place a bet and their money is on the line. The other reason people bet, and the one that interests us more, is in order to make money. Sure, even the people who bet for entertainment wish to make money, but the people whose main reason is to make money are using sports betting as a source of income, and that's a big difference between the two. People who want to make money from sports betting take things very seriously and use sports betting as an additional income source. Some people even make sports betting their sole source of income. They are the professional bettors. The pro bettors who make a living from sports betting are a small group, as it is a job just like any other. But that doesn't mean you can make money too from sports betting and have your own profit from it. You'll enjoy sports betting as well, but your wagers will be smarter and your chances to win will increase when you decide to bet in order to make money and not just have fun or feel a rush. So, decide your main goal when it comes to sports betting and let's continue from there. Betting on your expertise. If you've decided that your main goal when it comes to sports betting is to make money, then you want to bet only on sports you are familiar with and that you know exclusively. If you wish to win at sports betting, you need to make right decisions and correct picks, and when you bet on sports you don't fully know, you'd make less correct picks, and that's not our goal. We recommend you first place your bets on sports you consider yourself to be an expert on. If you're not sticking to what you know, you're just risking your money and won't turn your bets to full profit. To take it even another step further, now that you bet only on sports you are an expert on, continue and bet only on the teams and players that you know and maybe even master. Example, let's say that you consider yourself an MMA expert, but surely you're not familiar with all the fighters there, right? In that case, unless you're using a mathematical strategy to place your bet which is based on statistics, you should only bet on fighters you know and are familiar with. However, betting only on what you know can be a bit hard at first for a few reasons. You're not an expert if you only watch sports casually or read the news and results from time to time. Being an expert requires a lot of knowledge, time and experience with the sport, teams and players in question. If you're not an expert on any sport yet, that's okay. You can still bet and make money. Just bet on small amounts at first and in the meantime, learn about the sport to become an expert on. When you become an expert on the sport, you can start betting on larger amounts and win a lot more money, knowing the sport front to back. Another reason it can be hard to bet only on what you know is that sports bettors love action. Everyone gets into sports betting at first because they love the thrill, action, feeling of excitement, which is all part of the entertainment factor. But, at some point, you would need to shift your focus more into the money-making factor if you want to succeed and profit in the long run. So, now that you're into sports betting, you will still enjoy making the bets, but you will only stick to the sports you know and are an expert on. This is the sure way to both make money and enjoy the wager. Betting on what you don't know. If your main goal is simply to be entertained, feel free to bet on anything, even sports you're not familiar with or know nothing about. However, remember that when you're betting for entertainment, you should bet on what makes you happy and brings you the entertainment you desire. Money in this case is the secondary priority. Just don't risk too much money when you bet for entertainment, but if you feel like betting on anything you desire regardless of your knowledge of it, feel free to bet and enjoy, but bet an amount you're willing to lose and continue with your life next. Learning a new sport. There is an exception when it comes to betting on a sport you don't know or don't master if your end goal is still to profit and make money from. Learning a new sport with the intention of betting on it in the future is fine, and betting on it while you're learning can actually help. You can make small bets on the sports you're still learning and mastering, betting small onto games and matches to help you stay interested in the sports during the learning process. However, remember to follow one important rule. Keep your bets to small amounts. Don't bet on the amount you would bet on sports you're an expert on. Keep it small so it won't have an effect on your bankroll, but will still be enough to keep you interested in that new sport. Think of it as an investment in your education. Placing a few small bets that you know you may lose allow you to focus more on your learning, paying attention to the games and mastering the sport in order to do better and win in future bets. You can also learn from possible mistakes you may do in the process and your betting, only you will suffer small losses that won't impact your bankroll but will help you become a better bettor for the future. While we recommend you bet only on sports you're an expert on, there is no reason to miss the big events of the year like the Super Bowl, Stanley Cup, World Series, World Cup and other big events and moments of the sporting year. So, you can bet on these big events as well, but don't make this a rule until you master those sports as well. Think of it as an exception to the rule, so you'll enjoy a bit more from these events, putting some money on them. Just don't bet every single game of that big event. You don't want to risk a lot of money on sports you're not mastering, even if this is a big and once a year kind of event. Choose a game or a few and bet on them for small amounts, just to have the event more interesting for you, but keep learning the sport, the teams, the players and so on until you master it. Conclusion. By now, you should have a direction or a sport in mind you wish to master. If you're in it for the money and profit, stick to what you know and the sport you master and know front to back. Bet only on teams, players, games you have great knowledge of and increase your chances of winning. If you're in it for the fun and entertainment, feel free to bet on whatever you like, but remember that your money is on the line and there is the chance of losing, which can influence other aspects of your life. The most important thing is to have a clear decision with your goal in sports betting. Be whole with yourself and bet on the amount of money that you are willing to lose and still be able to continue with your life. Whether you bet for profit or entertainment, have fun, bet responsibly, and we'll see you in our next video. Thank you for watching. Enjoy our channel as we will upload more useful and entertaining videos, betting tips, strategies, and more. Also, don't forget to check the description below and take advantage of the great promotions we have just for you, as we will keep on searching and updating with more bonuses, promotions, free cash, and more. If you enjoyed our video, please like it, share, comment, and subscribe to Sportastic, and keep on following us for more videos and great promotions. Have a great day and best of luck.